right, peeps, welcome to the Culture and People Cast. Today we have Shireen. Would you please tell us who you are in a few sentences?
Hi, thank you for having me here. My name is Shireen, and I'm a senior talent and organization development manager at my current organization. And yeah, I just love talking about people and culture related things.
Awesome. It's so good to have you on. And you'll have to say your whole name for me so that everybody gets you give credit for your whole name.
So it's pronounced as Shireen Pradhan.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for saying that. I knew I practiced with you. It was like, we'll just let you do it.
it's
All
okay.
right.
It's a little complicated. That's fine.
All right, Shireen. So let's see here. So you've been working in the culture and people space for a little while. What is your favorite thing about this work?
I just love talking to people. I love listening to them and asking them what can we do better, how to motivate you, what motivates you. Just finding out what ticks them or what keeps them in their current role or just gets them going, right? Because the energy you feel in to work in a team who's so passionate about work, it's just beautiful. So learning from people what is their passion and just keeps them on their toes.
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Because otherwise, when you're not, some people might not know what their purpose or their passion is, but if they're working sort of in their zone of strength or genius and they're trying to figure it out, they're going to perform better. They're going to be so much more engaged, and I think their personal lives get better too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. As in, it's especially in this pandemic times, like we don't know what we are doing or what is going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult to stay focused. And so I just like to learn from people. What are they doing? What are they doing to keep themselves focused and keep them engaged?
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Well, I'm hearing a lot of leaders say that
Mhm.
engaging their talent is a challenge, and we can talk about before pandemic, during pandemic, regardless. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on that?
Yes, before pandemic, it was. I think it was challenging for some of the organization because it is like 9 to 5 job. Sometimes you have to do overtime, and then people don't get enough time with their families. So
Yeah.
pre-pandemic, definitely that was a challenge
Mm.
where you had to encourage your team, just keep your team focused, and as well as ask them to maintain a work-life balance.
Yeah.
And it was tricky back then. And even post pandemic, everyone is at home. Like everything is like you don't have social interaction, you do not have places to go, you are stuck at your like at home. Initially, people enjoyed, they thought it was like a break time, but then the reality kicked in like, okay, this is not ending.
Yeah.
We are not going anywhere.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it is challenging to keep the team um, engaged. And even for myself, personally speaking, like, I like we are just waiting to something to happen, to something to get over, but we don't know the situation, the present, the future is so uncertain. So
Yeah.
navigating through those uncertainties is very very important, and just being patient with yourself is
Mm.
is crucial, like, and showing that same patience, extending the same patience towards your team members is important.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a tough time for all the leaders to keep doing that because we don't have a handbook, we don't have a playbook to
Oh,
follow certain things. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
it's a challenge. And you're in Vancouver, right? So
Yes.
we're recording in, what are we in, early March, right? Oh gosh, is it March 1st?
Second,
2nd? Oh
March
my,
2nd.
it's March 2nd. So we're recording almost to the year mark of the pandemic. And we're sort of, everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's part of the confusion too, or maybe the unknown is,
Mhm.
when are we going to be released back? Are we going back in person? Are we going to be hybrid? Are we going to be remote? There's
Yeah.
these, it's just a lot of confusion and unknown, and humans don't tend to deal with the unknown very well. So let's get really tactical, Sharon. When you think about, I loved what you said about patience with yourself and others and keeping people focused and performing. What's some tactical advice? If there's a
Mhm.
leader on, or even, an individual contributor on that says like, I do want to do that. I want to put forth that effort and I want to improve our culture and our people practices. What can they do?
First, they're asking the right question if they are at this question that what can we do? Because it's like I really want to give kudos to them for thinking this way for their team members, because not everyone is thinking like this. So if they're asking this question, they are on the right path first.
Yeah.
Second, just listening to your team members. What are they going through? What do they want? What can we do better? So I think it's about giving them space and coming from that point of view. Okay, maybe they just want to vent to someone, or they just want to figure out some personal challenges. So I feel managers or people who are talking to that, like they have team to manage, or someone who's doing check-in calls, it's about giving them space and just listening, hearing them out. I think that's what I feel. That's the first step to figuring out or fixing something. Maybe we do not have right answers right away, because we are also figuring out things. So just listening to them, what do they want, and how can we address that? Like,
yes, right.
That's the first step I feel people need to take.
Yeah. So asking and then taking some action. Do you have a preferred way or a way that you have seen in your organization or another that you have sort of stayed on top of what people are thinking and feeling?
So to be honest, yes, we do check-in calls, and even we encourage our managers to do check-in calls on weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, depends on the workload they're managing. So even personally speaking, yes, doing those one-on-one calls, asking right questions, or even having a general conversation, like what are you doing? How are you managing? What are your current challenges? Have you taken any actions on it? Or what can we do to overcome those challenges? Just brainstorming, having those brainstorming sessions they go a long way. I have seen going a long way. And sometimes people don't want to talk. Sometimes people just want to Slack you and talk over Slack, or they want to do a video call, or they want to do a phone call. So giving them the choice, okay, what's your preferred method to talk? Do you want to talk? Even sometimes people don't want to talk. And whenever they are at their comfort level, giving them the space and checking with them, hey, do you want to talk now? I saw XYZ coming up. How do you feel about it? How did you manage your last week? Like just asking them follow-up questions. Also following up on your conversations is equally important, I've seen, because yes, they will maybe pour their heart out to you and then you don't follow up. You go dark. You're like, you can't do that.
Ask, take action, and follow up. And I think sometimes that follow up could be easy as these are the things I can't do. Thank you for the ideas, but we can't make these happen right now. We have limited time. We have limited resources, whatever. I think leaders get afraid that when they ask, it's going to open the floodgates. And by the way, that's what you want. But if you're scared to get too many options, put together work committees, let them handle some of these solutions for you. It's not all on you, but I agree. I think asking, following up and acting on it, I think are three great tips. So thank you, Sharon.
And it's okay to say we don't know as right now, we are figuring it out, giving them an update on something. It's because like I put myself in the other person's situation and like, hey, if somebody's talking to me asking how I'm feeling, what are my challenges, what are you doing about it? Right. Are you? So and I have been before in this position where there were not transparent communication with me. So when tables are turned, I'm like, okay, I want to give them the transparent information or encourage the managers to be transparent with their employees. So I think transparency is another thing which we need to practice, especially from in this year. Like that's what we have, like, how can we be more like navigate these uncertain situations, right? So it's definitely important.
Yeah, agreed. I love what you said. I think there's a responsibility for the company or the ecosystem, but there's definitely, and I hear that coming out, a responsibility that the employee needs to share to solution. What are we going to do about this thing, right? This issue that's distracting me or taking too much time, et cetera. I love that.
Yeah.
So let's do 2 quick questions here before we wrap up. Who would you want to shout out as doing good work in the ring for people and culture, maybe even as a potential guest?
Awesome. Yeah. My Culture First Vancouver community, Balbina, Kirsten, Laura. So we have almost every month events. We just had our March event yesterday. And maybe we have one more event coming up in April. So they're doing some amazing work in their own workplaces as well. And their experience which they bring to Culture First, our events, is fabulous.
Yeah.
So a huge shout out to them. And also Jessie, who she has
Jessie
done she did our previous event with Vancouver community, and that was awesome too. So yeah, huge shout out to them for their work and just their energy which they bring to these events.
Yes, yes. And for people who are listening who don't know what Culture First is, it is a organization that originally was sort of for these locales, right? Like we have a Milwaukee group, you got a Vancouver group, but now we've gone virtual. And although I still think there is a desire and a need to build that community local for whatever happens in the future, I think it's very cool how we've sort of expanded that. It's a global organization. It's a global club. It's free. So if you're an employee, a leader, or a practitioner in the people HR space, we will put the link in the comments for you to find out more about Culture First. So awesome plug for that group. They're doing such great work. What about your favorite resources, Sharon? When you think about what has advanced your own thinking related to culture or people, what do you love?
For now, I'm just binge listening, Unlocking Us. It has gotten me through so many things. I can't even imagine. Like, whenever I'm feeling anything, high, low, excited, sad, anything, I just turn onto that podcast and it's just fabulous. The amount of information, and Brené Brown, just, yeah.
I know, she's such a mind crush, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I remember listening to her audiobooks before and thinking, I will listen to these books continuously because I want to hear her talk to me every day. I want her to be like my little consigliere in my ear. And then she comes out with this podcast. I'm like, thank you. Yes. She must have heard my request. And I love her show. I really love it. Did you listen to the one with Priya Parker?
Yes.
Oh, I just finished that yesterday. I know it came out, I think it was in November around Thanksgiving, but I just listened to it for the first time. And it is so on point for the art of gathering virtually, in person, hybrid, who knows? Yeah. Such a worthy episode.
Even another episode with Glennon Doyle.
Yes. Glennon.
So good. So good. I read her book too. I think that's another book I would like recommend here in the resources. I'm forgetting. I'm blanking out on the name.
Untamed.
Yes, there you go.
Oh,
yes,
Untamed. I know it.
Oh, love it.
She's like, I'm a cheetah. Like, I love it. She's so good. She's so good. Okay, thank you for those shout outs. Those are great resources, Sharon. And I really just appreciate you being on today. I appreciate everything you're doing for culture and people and sharing some of these tips so that we can borrow from the best.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me here. And it was great. It was great chatting with you.
All right, guys. Peace and progress.